And so, friends, events in Popasna are developing very fast. This morning it was confirmed that the invaders have occupied Zolota and Horsky. And now we can see the settlement of Loskutivka is also being taken, like Rai Oleksandrivka as well. But unfortunately this is not all. The settlement of Nikolaevka is almost completely occupied. In addition, the occupiers are moving rapidly in the direction of the motorway. It seems that they want to shorten the route and move towards Lysychansk, since they will not be able to launch an attack across the river from Severodonetsk. They can only attack from the opposite side. That is the plan of action and is now being implemented. The situation in Severodonetsk itself is complicated. The occupiers are continuing to fire from whatever they have at hand. This makes it very difficult for the Ukrainians to defend themselves. They are shooting at us from everything they have at hand. This is howitzers, aviation bombs, artillery, rockets. That's just a catastrophe. That's why we're always nagging the West, give us the arms, give us the long-range artillery arms. However, the struggle for the city's industrial zone continues. The fact that all the main forces have been thrown into Popasna has prevented the occupiers from advancing in the direction of Izium. Therefore, we do not see any progress in the direction of Slaviansk. It is known that they are massing forces there and will attempt new offensive actions. In the direction of Kharkiv, shelling is continuing in order to deter Ukrainian troops in that direction. In Avdiivka and Kurakhivka directions, the situation is stable. In the direction of Zaporizhia, counterattacks are ongoing. The Ukrainians managed to make some advances yesterday, but there are no new developments on the front today. On the Kherson direction, there are still many reports that the Ukrainians have already broken through the third line of defense and are approaching the city. However, we do not have any official information of this. Therefore, we will not rush to say that the Ukrainians are successful. The most important thing we know is that the counterattack is being prepared, so we will be able to talk about the results in the near future. It has also become known that the strikes are continuing in the Snake Island. The General Staff is not yet commenting on the situation. However, according to some leaked information, we know that on the island of Snakes, the Ukrainian armed forces have managed to destroy another Panzer C-1 anti-aircraft missile system. Targeted strikes continue into the occupied territory. Today it became known that the village of Skadovsk was hit by a missile strike. 2 missiles were reportedly fired and a large fire broke out near the port. This information was also confirmed by the mayor, Alexander Yakovlev. It is important to note 2 rockets have landed. This is important to note that Russia has actively used this port for almost 4 months already. According to unconfirmed reports, Russian Iskander missile systems have been deployed in this port. That is why the Ukrainians launched a tactical strike to destroy this facility. With each passing day, we are seeing more and more indications that the Ukrainians have already received long-range artillery and have begun to use it actively on the front line. In the past, Ukrainian forces have not been able to strike so far. It should be noted that the distance from the front line to the port is 86 kilometers. I think that you will be able to discuss this among yourselves in the comment section below. I would also like to point out that today the European Parliament adopted a resolution calling for the immediate granting of EU candidate status to Ukraine. The resolution was adopted by 529 votes in favor, 45 were against, and 14 abstained from voting. The Parliament adopted the resolution calling on heads of state and government to grant EU candidate status to Ukraine and also the Republic of Moldova without a delay. Georgia should reportedly do the same as soon as its government meets the priorities identified by the European Commission. Meanwhile, in occupied Mariupol, they have already started to set up a center for the paramilitary organization Yuna Armia, Young Army, according to the advisor to the Mariupol mayor Pyotr Andrushenko. He added that there are not many people willing to join the Russo-fascist Yuna Army as the level of passive resistance to the occupiers in Mariupol is not decreasing. At the same time, looking at those people, it looks like somebody forced them to join with a gun at their head. Well, that's all for this evening. Arm Ukraine now.